Good morning. I will be with you in just a moment. Good morning, everybody. I know that I didn't really advertise that I was going to be live this morning, but here I am. I really seem to like going live better in the morning, but sometimes life happens around me and I just can't get to it, or I'm at night. I have workshops and things going on, so dinner happens. So sometimes I just never know when I'm going to be live, but I hope you're able to watch this on replay. If you're not live with me today, everything's good. If you have any questions about anything that I'm doing along the way, please be sure to write it in the comments. I will check back later to see what they are, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. So, good morning. I am Susan Tapley, and I am an independent designer with Chalk Couture, and I am also a team leader. I'm considered an executive couturier, which means I'm a leader in the company, and I help other people start their own businesses like mine. So if while you're watching me you think this looks like a lot of fun and you would love to be able to share the creative side of yourself with other people, please let me know and I will be happy to share some information about how you can start your own designership as well. I have some designers that love to do hands-on project workshop. Personally, that's my favorite thing to do. Other people, sorry, I got distracted there, like to go live on social media like this. This is something a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm getting better about it, and I'm a little more comfortable behind, in front of the camera. I've always been behind the camera taking pictures and not in front of them, so this is very, very different for me, but I'm getting more comfortable. Other people on my team like to create and sell finished products, and that is perfectly okay. Whatever way you want to run your designership is up to you, and as your leader and sponsor, I would love to help you in any way that I can. Anyway, enough about that. I have a really cute project that I'd like to share with you today, and this involves a cute little wooden box that I've had around for a while. I actually have quite a few of these, so if it's something that you're interested in purchasing from me, let me know and I can let you know how we can exchange addresses or arrange pickups or however you want to do that. So without further ado, we're going to get started on this cute little project. Let me get my camera set up so that we can make the most of our time together. And hopefully, yep, it's working this time. I had a little trouble with this the other day. So this is the box that I'm working with this morning. Let me get rid of that for now. That is my website. I'll put it back up later for you. This is a cute wooden box that I've had, and somehow I got a bunch of these, and I've used them here and there, but today I wanted to paint it and use it for a holiday decor piece. So you can see that it's a wooden box, and the top side has these little compartments in here. I have painted these and decorated them to use for the summer. What I liked it for in the summer was sort of like organizing my condiments for picnics. I had ketchup and mustard and mayonnaise and salt and pepper, and I had like plastic silverware and napkins wrapped up and popped into these little compartments. But I can definitely see other uses for them. You could put Christmas candy in it. I don't know. Coffee pods. My husband had a really good idea. He's like, well, what about beer bottles or small wine bottles? You can use it to organize just about anything. You could even put some small plants in it if you wanted to. Or if you're into floral design, which I am very, very, very bad at, you could put a floral design inside of this as well. But for today, what we're going to do is we are going to decorate. I'm just going to probably do the front for today with you guys, so I'm not here for too long with you. And I have painted this box. It was stained a dark brown, but I've sanded it and painted it kind of a cranberry red color, so we can decorate it for Christmas. So I'm going to show you the transfers that I have and that I'll be using today. Didn't know if you noticed the little handles on the side, but there are handles on the sides too, which I think are pretty cute. I'm going to be using a transfer called Merry Christmas Evergreen Sprig. I have a couple of these available in my my studio. If you are local and would like one, you'd let me know. If you are not local to me, I'll pop up that website again a little bit later, and you can order these right there. I'm also going to be use a couple of pieces from this collection called, this is our November Club Couture transfer, and it's called Season's Greetings. If you are not a member of Club Couture, let me tell you what this is. Sorry, somebody keeps messaging me here. We have a club that will ship you a transfer, a B-size transfer, which is this size right here, and 3 chalk paste singles, which are little like ketchup packet almost looking, little packets of chalk paste that you can use to design with your transfer. So every month you get an exclusive transfer that is only for club members, and you also get other perks, like there's usually monthly specials, there are reduced flat rate shippings, all kinds of benefits to being a club member. So if you'd like to get some happy mail every single month, you want to join my Club Couture, and that can be found right on my website here, chalkcouture.com/Susan, and just look for Club Couture and get the information that you need about joining the club. It's a lot of fun. So we're going to be using that one. We're also going to be using, I think, just a piece from this one. Let me just tell somebody I'm live, because she's like, driving me crazy here. Hi, Amy. Okay, get that. Now she knows I'm live. Maybe she'll join us. Okay, so what I'm going to use, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use this one. So this is sort of a swag, I guess you'd call it. It also has Season's Greetings in it. It's got sort of a circular green that I've used before in a live. And it's also got a reindeer head or a deer head, whichever you prefer. But since it's Christmas, it's a reindeer head, right? All right, so, and the colors that I'm going to be using are Shimmer Olive. I have Shimmer Crimson, and I also have a color called Dune. So my feeling is that with this cranberry, move that away again, I think I want to make this, I don't want to make it like a bright red candy stripe. What I'm looking for is more of a vintage look. So my thought was I'm going to use the Merry Christmas from here and put the swag across the top. I think it'll all fit. We'll see. Okay. All right, so to start off with, I have not written on the back of this, but I left my markers at my studio. I have been doing classes the last couple of days, making those farm stand signs, which are beautiful, by the way. And so I have a lot of my equipment here. I just brought home what I absolutely needed last night. So I'm going to take this off of the carrier sheet. Normally I would write on the back what it was and initial it so that I know it's my own. And I also write on the back so that I remember to, after I've used the transfer, washed it, dried it sticky side up, to return it to the silky side of the transfer. So this side is a very smooth and silky. This side here is more of a matte finish, and you always want to return your transfer to the silky side. The silky side. So this transfer is particularly sticky. They're all a little bit sticky, some more than others. But you want to do something called fuzzing. And what fuzzing is you are putting the sticky side of your transfer on something that will help it pick up a little bit of fiber or lint, shall we say. And you can use a towel, you can use your t-shirt, you can use your jeans. We have a beautiful Chalk Couture fuzzing towel, which is a microfiber on one side and terry cloth on the other. So it's great for drying your transfers on as well. So I'm just going to smooth this on and off a few times, and this is going to soften the adhesive so it doesn't stick quite so tight. That's especially important if you're doing some layering, which we are not today, but you still want it to be, you want to be able to peel it off nicely. So I can see that I have somebody visiting with me. Good morning, good morning. All right, so there's my box, and I think I'm going to start in the center. Right about here. I'm going to stand up a little bit so I can be sure that I have this in the right spot. So I'm just going to pull this almost to the top and pretty evenly spaced in the center of the board. That's pretty good. Oops, I'm a little bit too high. It's nice that I can see through this just a little bit. All right, there we go. So you're going to smooth your design nice and tight so there are no bumps, bubbles, or folds in your design transfer, just like so. And then we're going to grab our chalk paste, and I'm going to be using, like I said, I'm going to be using the Shimmer Olive and Shimmer Crimson. These are the beautiful Christmas colors this year. They're on trend. They are just a tiny bit shimmery, but not glittery. Does that make any sense? Just a tiny bit of shimmer, and they're just gorgeous. Not only that, they paste beautifully. They very rarely need water added to them, and they just stay smooth and beautiful. So we've been using these a little bit over the last couple days, not this one though, in my vintage truck workshops. And I know that they're ready to go. Did I not have any paper towels here? Okay, just need a little paper towel to keep my wet stuff on. I'll just hold that and put it to the side. But I'm going to give them a quick stir regardless, just to make sure that all of the oils and the pigments are incorporated and that it actually is very, very nice and smooth. And this is perfect. They just stay beautifully. There's that one and the green. Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter what you do to these. They just stay gorgeous. And they look gorgeous too when they're on. So these, as you can see, they're kind of like a vintagey green and red. They're not like candy cane red and green, right? Let me shut my drawer. All right. All right, so we've got our transfer on. And what we're going to do is we're going to take out one of our mini squeegees. They're very, very small. They're about 1 inch wide. And we're going to go over the greenery with the green. And there's some little berries that I'm going to go with the red on. I don't have a smaller squeegee here with me today. Thought I had everything I needed, but not quite. It'll be fine. All right, so let me get the green. And you're going to scoop out just a little bit of green chalk paste. We're working in a pretty small area, so you don't want to have too much. And you're going to smooth the chalk paste with the squeegee over the open area of the design. So the difference between a silk screen transfer and a what am I trying to say? The silk screen transfer in a stencil is that there actually is a very fine screen that runs through this whole design, which can give you a lot more detail than you'd ever get with a stencil. So we're going to just go over anything that is a greenery. I've got little holly leaves, and I've got, looks like pine boughs that are going to be in the green. Then we'll grab those little berries and make them red. So this is so easy, you guys. It's like buttering toast. Doesn't take any special hidden talents here to do this. I guess the most important thing to remember is that you can use as much paste as you think you need, even a little bit more sometimes, because all of the paste that you don't actually need for your design, we will scrape off and put right back in the jar to use for another project. You also want to know that while you're working with chalk paste, it's really important to remove the transfer while the paste is still wet. If it dries before you remove the transfer, oops, I just missed a little leaf right there. It will pull up when you pull the transfer up. So you want to be sure to remove it while it is wet. Get these little berries. Got to go back in and get that one little green leaf there too. There we go. Okay. So another good thing about this shimmer paste is that it does have a longer drying time. Not a whole lot, but enough so that you don't have to work quite as quickly. But normally you do work pretty quickly. It's in a really tight spot right here. We got it. Okay. So as I said, we're going to go back over this and scrape off all of the excess. I use sort of a snowplow method of doing this. It seems to work best for me. But you want a nice thin coat of paste left behind on your transfer. And actually looks best the thinner you can possibly get it, the better. There's a little spot right there too. Come on. It's a tiny little piece of a branch, and it wouldn't matter horribly if I missed it, but I got it. So I'm scraping away all of that excess, and again, that'll go right back into the jar here. I just scrape it back in, and it's perfect to use over for the next project. All right, let's go back and grab the red. Not a lot here left, and we're going to pull that off. Here we go. So you're going to start from the corner, peeling it back, but as soon as you can grab it from the center, the better. If you continue to pull from the corner, there's a pretty good chance you're going to stretch your transfer, and we don't want that to happen. So cute. And it's the look that I was going for, very old-fashioned. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to kind of connect these. I'm going to stand up again for a second. I'm going to have you wait for just a second while I grab a dryer so that I can dry this and not smudge it. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. Plug it in. All right, so I'm going to dry this for just a moment. I'm just using a regular hairdryer. It dries really, really quickly. So now I'm going to lay this back down on top and kind of see where that design was before. It's a little harder to see through it now that it's got some stuff on it, but I think we're good. And I'm just going to do this side and the little berries. I could continue around the edge, but actually it'll interfere with the handle, so I'm not going to do that. So go back into the green. And just go right to the edge there. That looks good. And the berries, I'm scraping the excess off of both of these. There we go. That looks good. And now we'll do it on this side too. All right. Okay, we're going to go back in with that green again and cover this side. We've got a nice little garland going right across the whole top of this box. And you could do the sides, you can do the back, you can go as crazy as you want with this. Keeping it pretty simple and just doing it along the top for now though. And the berries, I just scraped that too, by the way, in case you were wondering. It's pretty easy, just apply and remove. And while the transfer is wet, pull it off. It looks really pretty. Love it. It's exactly what I imagined. Okay, let's dry that up a little bit. As soon as you are able to, it's a good idea to close up your jars. And every now and then be sure to clean around the edges. That helps them maintain their moisture and not get dried out. If you happen to leave them open or you have air leaking in, there's a pretty good chance it's going to dry up really hard. And nobody wants to have that happen. All right, so by the way, I was using a hair dryer to dry this quickly. You can also use an embossing tool. If you are, those are very high heat, so keep your dryer moving. Or you can simply just let it air dry in between. So far so good. So now we're going to be putting this to the side for a moment. I'm going to start using the other transfer. And again, this is called Merry Christmas Evergreen Sprig. It is still available. You can pick it up right here on my website, or if you are local to me, I have 1 or 2 of these in stock, if you would like one. And the other, again, was our Club Couture transfer from November. Okay, so this has never been used before. It is a cutter part transfer. I don't think I'm going to be using the dots this time down on the bottom here, but I'm just going to be using the Merry Christmas. I'm not sure I'd even have room for these sprigs, but I just want the Merry Christmas part of it. So to remove your transfer from the carrier sheet, the easiest way to do it is to use your thumb to roll it along the edge, and they peel right up. I've seen so many people struggling trying to peel them apart with their fingernails, and really just roll your thumb along the edge and it should come right up. So this one I'm also going to fuzz really well. It seems to be super sticky. And as I said, some are stickier than others, but you always want to be sure that it's not going to get damaged or damage the surface or the chalk paste that's already there. So since this will be laying on top of what we've already pasted today, you don't want that to be too sticky, or it could pull up the chalk with it. So let's see how this is feeling. So I'm going to be using a color called Dune, which is kind of a creamy off-white color. Again, I didn't want this to be like candy cane red and white, so I'm going with these old-fashioned colors. And so far I'm really happy with the way it's coming out. All right, that should do it. We'll put that aside. Okay, here's our pretty box. Get rid of that. There we go. All right, so next we're going to put the Merry Christmas on there. I'm not sure if it's going to overlap with the green a little bit. It might. Yeah. Let's see. I think I'm going to just try to center that. And if it touches the evergreens, that's okay. Just trying to find the center of the board. There we go. That looks pretty good right there. All right, so I am going to put it right there. And as I was thinking, there really isn't room for that sprig on the bottom, so we're not going to use that either. All right, I'm just going to put some pressure on the area where it says Merry Christmas. You can see there's a little bump right here, so I'm going to go in there and check it out and see what it is. Most of the time it's just a piece of dust, which is what it is. But it's right in the middle of that letter, so that could have created a little bit of a bleed. So, all right, so smooth that down. I'm not going to put a lot of pressure where I've already chalked before, or that, like I said, it could cause a bleed. And we don't want that to happen. All right, that looks good, nice and tight. And I'm going to go back and stir up my Dune chalk paste. Stir that up. And that looks pretty good. We are almost done with this project. So I'm going to use a small squeegee. This one's a little bit larger, but it is called a small squeegee. We have 2 other sizes. One is an angled squeegee, and we also have this one, which is a 4-inch handled squeegee for our big transfers. But the small one is perfect for this. Okay, so we're going to scoop some of that out, and again, just smooth it over the whole design. I always recommend that you use a nice long smooth stroke like this until it's covered. And it's covered. That was quick, huh? Okay, covered. And then we're going to go back over it, take the excess off. Again, we want a nice thin coat. Try to get those lines out from your squeegee if you can. Not the end of the world if you don't, though. There we go. Ready for the peel and reveal? Here we go. Grab it from the center. Oh yeah. So pretty. Love it. This is exactly how I envisioned this project. And it's always nice when they come out like that. So again, you could flip this over after this is dried and do the back side if you wanted to. You know what I was thinking? I don't know if you guys make cemetery boxes, but if you were making a memorial box for a cemetery, this would be so pretty and so different from anything else that you'd see there. But, yep, my husband thinks we should put beer bottles in it. Anyhow, that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed. And again, if you have any questions for me about anything that I did today or are interested in learning about how you can become a Jack Couture designer, please let me know and I'll be happy to share some information with you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.